Shalom, brothers and sisters. I really thought I was recording. We're making bread today. So to this, make sure you see is I've added 3/4 cups of warm water and a half cup of warm milk. And I've added 2 tablespoons of yeast and a tablespoon of sugar. And I'm now going to mix this a little bit, and then I'm going to allow it to bloom. I'll put some saran wrap over the top of it to add the heat we need to help it to bloom. I can't get my words out today. Okay, so now we're going to just set this off to the side, allow it to bloom, and once that blooms, I'll come back with the rest of the ingredients to show you our next step. Okay, let's check our yeast. I believe that it's ready. Move this back so you can actually see it. You can see how it has done the saran wrap, so I would say it is definitely ready. Yes, it is. Okay, let me show you how this should look. Do you see how nice and foamy and bubbly this is? This is exactly what you want your yeast to look like. This is good yeast, okay? Alrighty, so to my bowl of flour, I'm going to just pour my yeast in. And I'm going to get my spatula because I want all of this mixture out of here. I don't want to leave anything behind. No waste. Okay. And with my whisk, my bread whisk, I'm just going to stir this in. And make a mess like I always do with things on my counter. And there we go. So now I'm going to lightly powder my surface and pull this out. This is such an easy recipe. 1 second, let me get more flour. Okay, I'm going to use very, very little flour because I don't want to add to what I've already mixed in here. Give that a good stir, and then I'm just going to turn this right out onto my surface. And yeah, it looks a little crumbly and whatever, but trust the process, okay? I'm going to get all of this dough off with this whisk. Again, I just don't want to waste any of it. And sometimes I can get it all, and sometimes no. But okay. And then I would have forgotten to take my ring off, but we're going to move on. Alright, and so we're just going to bring it together, get it good and combined. And I didn't flour my hands. I'm a smart girl today, right? Yeah, so put enough flour on your hands so it doesn't stick. And this is all we want to do. Knead it, get it incorporated. And you want to knead this for at least maybe 10 or 15, I would say 10 minutes. 15 would be way too long, because you want to build your gluten up in this. And so I'm going to add a little bit, tiny bit more flour. If it sticks to your counter, you can add more flour, but you want to knead your dough to get that gluten and incorporate it to give you a good little rise. Okay, still a little sticky. I'll just add a tiny bit more. But it's not sticking to my counter. This should be a soft dough. As you can see, it's very soft. But just knead it. That's all we're going to do now is knead. And you're going to knead this until it is no longer sticky. I'm going to try and get as much of this out of my bowl because I'm not going to mess up another dish. Because this is going to need to rise. Just keep going with the kneading. Just keep kneading and kneading and kneading. I won't bore you for the full going to add in, this is weird, but now I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted butter, and this is messy. There's no way around this. It is what it is. So you can kind of press it in like so. And then hold it over on itself and continue to knead. Yeah. That's normally why I take my rings off, but my mind has been somewhere else. So yeah, just keep kneading. Get that butter all incorporated into your bread. And like I said, it's messy, but it tastes so good once you completed the process. Alright, and so I think I pretty much have completed that and got it all in. So what I'm going to do is mold this back into a bowl, like so. Put it back into the bowl I initially started with. I'll be right back. Let me clean this up. I can't do the mess. Okay, so we're back. And so now all I'm going to do is take my saran wrap, cover the bowl, and allow this to rest for 30 to 45 minutes. And give it a chance to rise. That's all we really want to do. So I'm going to put this on as tightly as I can. And I'm going to store this in a warm spot, so I will probably stick it inside of my microwave. It's not on, but it stays pretty warm. So yeah. And once this rises, when we come back, you'll see that this will have doubled in size. And then we'll begin to move on to the next process. I'll be back. I oiled and greased my pan. Yes, it's old, but it works, and I'm not replacing it. Okay, so as you can see, my bread dough has risen. It is, the top of my thing is taut. So we're going to go ahead and take our bread dough out and finish this process, or go to the next level. I have already floured the surface just a little bit. Now my hands, and we're going to roll it out onto this. Punch it down, get the air out of it, and knead it just a wee bit more. Okay, just a little bit more. So now we're going to mold our bread dough because it didn't need a lot of kneading. So we just want to shape it and mold it to fit into our pan. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just sort of giving it, a little bit of a shape. Okay, and that's all I'll do. This to get it good and taut, and I'm going to roll it again a little bit. And that's it. We're going to put it in our greased dish like so. And now this has to rise one more time. And so what I'll do, instead of putting a towel over it or saran wrap, I just take another baking bread tin, place it over the top like this, create a little roaster if you want, and allow that to rise the second time. We'll be back when that's done. Here's our complete bread. It's a little wonky, but it'll eat. And in here I've added a little bit of butter with some honey. This is fresh out of the oven. It's extremely warm. Hot actually. So all I'm going to do is to make my bread soft is to just add the honey and butter to the top, which will give us a honey top butter bread. As well as soften it. I did check my internal temperature of my bread before removing it. And that's parchment paper, or what is it, wax paper actually. That's under the bottom because I knew I would be putting the honey and butter on the top of the bread. And we're just gonna coat it real good. Real nice, so it'll have good taste, good flavor. And that's it. And we have sandwich bread. Now I'll just let this cool. Once it cools down, okay, family. Now we're gonna slice open our bread. Now let's see. First, you can see how nice and soft it is. I really need my slicer to come so I can slice everything easy, including my bread. Okay. But yeah, there you have it. Homemade, fresh baked bread. Again, this is in turn of learning to be self-sufficient. Learning how to do it yourself. That way you know what's in it for your family. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this easy bread recipe down in the comments. Love you all. Bye.